Making sure there's nothing outside. Nope. Anything I need in here? And then... I can head to the guild and check my mail. Oh, I do have mail. Backpack? I was wondering if I could buy a backpack. Let me know your prices. Let's see. What's the rabbit hide? I offer 6 emeralds. Hello, Jura. And sell you a backpack for 12 emeralds. Let me know if that deal works for you. Additionally, I would like to RSVP to your slumber party. Guild Master Fiori. Let's see. Trade records. 1x backpack. So I'm trading to Jura 1x backpack for 12 emeralds. And A was asked to sell one. Okay, we can put this down in the mail. Hello, I still need to make a name for you. Backpack. Jura? There. Dun, dun, dun. Hello.
Ah, I saw you run past.
I had mail, and I responded to the mail and had to send the response.
I know some of this was through some partnership I believe I overheard, but the rest of this, do you make this all yourself? The food, the drink?
Yes, I do this stall and this stall. I makes.
Would you be willing to run me through, I suppose, some of the processes?
Is there like something in particular you wanna do?
Anything, I suppose, basic. The long and short, I wish to potentially one day host some event of my own. To meet people and bit of hospitality. But I prefer a level of self-sufficiency. And so I've been trying to pick up a bit of base level skill in... Well, I've met with Amelia, the baker.
I like
Gained
Amelia.
some lessons from her.
Well, I assume you probably want meat-based dishes. But if you're doing it for other people, you probably want to at least learn like one veggie dish, since not everyone eats meat. But I can go through some basics with you. I assume you don't want just like a sandwich, because that's just slapping things together. You want something more, or?
Right. Just enough to give me, I suppose, I'm not sure the word, control or the base level understanding to do it myself. I can learn from there. I adapt quick.
Well, Then come inside. I have my kitchen. Oh man.
It's on your back.
Sold out again. It's my backpack.
No, the...
Oh! I have wings. I get to fly. I don't know where my rockets are at this very moment, but when I have rockets, I get to zoomies in the sky. I bought them from... I bought them from the end. I paid Viscount Apollo for them, and now I get to fly around.
I might have to look into that.
You can hop the counter. I don't put food on it anyways. So depending on what you want to make, it depends on what type of stove and pots you need.
Right, I recognize some of this too.
Some of it's used in, like, you need to use your ovens for baking and such. Well, if you want to look into this cabinet, is there anything in particular in there that I could use to, like, teach you the basics?
There's... I swear I've seen this.
Oh, people like mashed potatoes.
Yes, that's what I was thinking, and I've seen it around before. And then... This doesn't look particularly bad either.
Oh yes, is that the chicken?
Looks like it.
Yes. The starting with the potatoes, that's actually a really simple one. So you have to, obviously you have to harvest the potatoes first, and then you can use, a smoker's best. It cooks the potatoes much quicker, which I have potatoes in here somewhere. I do, So you have to smoke the potatoes in the smoker, or you can use a furnace. It's more efficient this way if you're an efficiency type of person. I'm always busy, so I like going fast.
I imagine with the amount of questers coming through.
Questers, and then there's the guild is officially now opened in the Nether too, and so I have to jungle those quests as well. And then I took on a job, so I also have job responsibilities. If you want to grab some of the baked potatoes from the smoker. So to make mashed potatoes, now that the potatoes are cooked, you just have to mash them, and you can mash them using the mincer, which I actually have over here. So if you just shove the potatoes down the top of it, make sure it's packed good and tight, and then you can, and it mashes them for you.
You're right, that really was nothing.
It's really oh, whoopsies.
Oh.
Sometimes I get a little handsy. Yep, so that's how you make mashed potatoes. If you ever want to take it a step further, you can also make potato salad, because mashed potatoes is an ingredient with it. For potato salad, it is... Well, actually, I guess you don't use the mashed potatoes for potato salad, but use the potatoes. You use potatoes, you use the... use beetroot and tomatoes and lettuce, which all of it is stuff you can find by foraging. Or you can grow it yourself. Foraging's more fun, though. And it's just, you chop up the potatoes, you put it into, you craft it on a table, and you put it all together, and it tastes really good. Yeah. Mashed potatoes are definitely, the easiest thing, I feel, for people who, for how much people like them, it's good how easy it is.
Certainly, I was not expecting it to be a two-step process.
For the stuffed chicken, it's gonna step up a bit from the mashed potatoes because it uses more ingredients, but you just have to have a stove. I have a deep slate stove, and you would want to put the raw chicken in, and then you want to stuff it with onions and carrot. But there's a lot of onions in the world. I say that, it's just because they grow differently. So you need the shiny onions, and you then put a carrot in with it. And so once you kind of stuff the onions and carrots into the chicken, you get the stuffed chicken. You just have to wait for it to cook and get all warm, because you don't want to serve people raw meat, because most people don't like raw meat. It's not healthy for a lot of people.
Everyone has their different eats, I suppose.
Mm-hmm. Standard things you're gonna want in a kitchen, just to make cooking life easier, is you'll want a brick stove, that way, and then a cooking pot. You're gonna want another type of stove. Mine case is a deep slate, but there's a couple other ones that have the same shelvings in there that you need. And
Some
there is a
shelves,
smaller cooking pot. So those are important ones to have. Sinks are also helpful because a lot of stuff does need water. Like if you were to make strawberry tea, you'll need water and 2 strawberries to make strawberry tea. So if you look,
a lot of it's shared in common with the baking process.
I do have a bucket. Yeah, so strawberry tea is also really simple to make. And doesn't drink people like, I've heard from Amelia that people buy out her strawberry sweets a lot, so I think that's like a good go-to. I know other people like apple stuff. I know me and Paige both really like apples, I've discovered. Let's see. Alright, veggies. The easiest veggie type thing to make is probably a salad because that doesn't require cooking. It just, you take the ingredients that people like to eat in salads and you put them in a bowl together.
People eat that?
So it kind of varies on, really what type of salad they like eating. I normally make one with lettuce, tomato, and beetroot. But I'm not a big fan of a lot of lettuce. So well, I guess it's cabbage. I'm not a big fan of cabbage. So I will take my cabbage, and I fear I do not have a knife. I think I stole it from myself and put it somewhere else.
I had one Amelia gave, but I do not.
Oopsies.
Handsy and excitable.
Do you have a stick?
Not yet.
Oh, no, I don't have a stick. Oh!
I can grab one quickly.
Okay. Are you gonna chop down one of my trees? Okay. Stick. You grew up! The puppy grew up! The puppy grew up! The puppy grew up!
Here you are.
So, you can use a knife to chop up the cabbage, the big ball of cabbage. You just need a cutting board so you don't damage your countertop. And you can use the knife just to chop it. And so then you have more lettuce to use in cooking, or I guess cabbage. It's all green. I don't really know the difference. But you can use...
certainly be an issue, yeah.
So you use the cabbage, and then you use... I think it's this tomato. It might not be that tomato. Where's my beetroot? Beetroot and bowls. I think that's all you need for a salad. There's a crafting table to kind of put it all together in the back corner.
Oh, there we go.
So that's a really salad? That is a salad. That's a really easy veggie meal that you can make for people that don't eat meat. Another one that's pretty easy.
Still in disbelief.
Disbelief. You know,
it just seems like a mix of
stuff you find on the ground.
Precisely.
Mm-hmm.
But I can't argue with the public opinion, I suppose.
Yeah. don't know. I've been eating more variety of stuff than meat just stuff. So because Amelia doesn't really like making. Well, she does make meat for me. But she's never made meat before. So I do like her sweets a little bit better. What's another thing? What type of, like, would you be hosting them for dinner? Are you just looking for casual snacks?
I'm considering a dinner, although I've always also, since my current living affair came up, I've been thinking of hosting some ball similar to the one that was in the Netherian Kingdom. So, dinners in general. But I suppose party favors would not be turned down.
I like to make waffles.
I remember this, yes. Someone ate one off of the floor.
You know, I was a big fan of floor food, but then I learned that while I prefer meat dishes when I have paws, floor dishes aren't that bad either. Oh. It's like giving me a tummy ache. But then again, I guess that makes sense because I've also eaten rotten flesh when I have paws. So if eating food off the floor gave me a tummy ache when I had paws, I think my body would need to get its priorities straight. Do you eat rotten flesh?
Understandable. I haven't in a long while, no. There was a period in some colder regions where me and my father, but regardless.
I only ate it when I had no other options. Like I went out adventuring, and because we were traveling at Lady Arena, I was in paws a lot so she could see at night, and I ran out of my snacks. And so then Captain Arlo slayed zombies for me, so I would have meat. Well, if you're hosting, like, you want to do an event at some point, I know a lot of people really like doing alcohol. So I could
was
also
going to bring that up next, yes.
I can show you how to make beer. Actually, I have a book upstairs. Give me 1 second.
Of course. I will also briefly be right back.
Pause. Why is it sold out again already? Lucette, Paige, Vincent, and Jura. Let's see. Let's see. So stirring bowl or mixing bowl. Maybe put more apple juice inside there for sure. And then I look like I need more. Oh, welcome back.
Hello. I gave Amelia the same gift towards the end of our, I suppose, lesson with the baking. Since I saw that she was going through quite a lot of coal. I don't know how your stores are, but hopefully that should keep things moving for a considerable while.
Cooking I don't use too much. Beer making wise, I go through a couple stacks per brewing session. Let me go down. So I had only learned to start making beer a couple months ago. I got a letter from one of my pack mates. I think it took a long time to get to me because it was kind of dated old. But the materials you need to make beer is you'll need to have a brewing station, and you can make a wooden one. It's really easy to make. Oh, they're hot. And then most of the beer recipes, you need like something like dried wheat, dried barley. These are silos. And so you dry them by putting them inside here, and they'll dry over time. And the most important beer ingredient is the hops, because that's what makes it alcohol-y. So when you're learning to make beer, it's probably best to focus on making one beer station at a time. I get distracted easily, and so I like having all my beer stations going. Let's see. What is Oh, my shulker boxes are full. Okay. We can do. Do you have a beer preference?
I've only drank olive once. I believe more of that was wine, however.
Okay,
I know there's a red beer that is quite popular with a few of the people I've ran into.
Haley beer has a red foam, though that does use chorus fruit, and you have to acquire that from the end. And I have a limited of supply, so I don't want to use that one for the recipe. But we can do.
I imagine the same principles apply to all of them, no?
So I'll make you.
Shouldn't particularly matter.
We can do barley beer. So for barley beer, you'll need dried barley, you need yeast, and you need hops. You actually make yeast up in the kitchen on this using the cooking pot that's on the stove, my deep slate stove. It's sugar, water, and then you can use any type of grain, so like corn, wheat, barley.
We needed to do that for one of the breads we made.
Yeast makes things, I think, rise. I think that's why the beer's foamy. I gotta find a new water bucket. I left mine upstairs.
There, I have one.
Well, actually, since you have it, you can enter it. So we'll use this brewing station right here because it's already lit up. So you go into the pot section, you put the water in, and then you add the hops, the yeast, and the dried barley. And then you normally have to put coal in to fuel it, but it's already heated up this time. And you kind of just have to watch it brew. It's gonna be extra toasty. Oh, good. Yes. So whenever that happens, it's getting like really high pressure, and so you want to release it so the pressure doesn't go kaboom.
What did I do? It made a noise, and so I hit it.
Yeah, that works. Oh, and then you have to put more water in. There's water over here. So it doesn't dry out, because you don't want the goodies to get burnt. Oh, put more water back in.
This is probably due to it being left on, right?
No, it does it all the time. Yep, you hit the timer. And do it again. Now, if you're not careful when making beer, a beer man will come and get you.
You what?
A beer man will come and get you if you're not careful when making your beer. That's why I carry this on me.
Right.
And so then you use mugs to scoop the beer out of the bin.
Is this... No matter. That's all?
That's the gist of it. Do you want a list of the beer recipes?
No, I'll probably go about my own experimentation. It's just the hops, the yeast, and the dried grain, correct?
Well, the yeast is the dried grain. So it's the hops, the yeast.
There was a barley in this one.
Yep, so this one, yeah, so the yeast uses not dried stuff, but then so inside the thing, you'll do like dried wheat, dried oat, dried barley, but you can also make beer using like you do 2 hops instead of a dried something, or you use the chorus fruit instead of a dried something, or you use 2 of the dried things. There's a lot of beer you can make.
Interesting. Yeah, I should be able to experiment myself.
Yeah, you go through a lot of colon making, especially when you're running 4 things all at once. We didn't run into the issue this time, but sometimes the heat will run out and you have to restock the heat. You'll see it start running out because it starts getting like foam in the air and smoky. And so you'd have to throw more coal in to keep it going.
I see why you go so much, or go through so much.
It's definitely a little time consuming to make. So restocking it's annoying at times.
Wouldn't you just need to price it higher?
I don't think price really matters. I kind of think when people come to drink, it doesn't matter what prices is, they're gonna buy it. And so I don't want to really price it too high because then I would feel bad. We recently raised the XP wine price to 5 emeralds because people keep buying it out, and yeah, that didn't dissuade them from buying it out. It was restocked less than 24 hours ago, and it's bought out again.
I think I had one of those at some point.
I don't.
Did you take an order in advance for it?
For what?
The experience wine. I believe that would be useful to me.
You would probably just have to come to the guild and buy it because I'm not the one that makes it. It's a contract I have with Gray's Winery is they exclusively sell it to me to sell at the guild. Or I guess not sell it to me. They give it to me to sell at the guild and we split profits. So if I were to set up a direct deal with you, that would mean other people would possibly want a direct deal and I don't want to go through all that.
Too many steps, yes. Well, if the process is time-consuming here, I would be willing to... I mean, if I'm only making this sort of thing for events, if I have spare time to throw any together, I can always drop it off here. I wouldn't particularly have the use for it in bulk.
As long as I'm not paying for it. If
Sure.
I have to pay for it, I'll just make my own.
I can't say I wouldn't mind any form of cut from the payment received, but I won't hold anything to that. I don't shop all too much, so I don't particularly have the need for many emeralds.
Okay, that's fair. I go through a lot of emeralds going through guild stuff, and so since a lot of my emeralds go towards paying adventurers, I'd rather not pay for stuff I can do myself. So that's why I just make the beer myself. Plus, I really wanted to make beer. I wanted to make beer before the war ended, and so I had reached out to Roxana. Roxana was from my pack, and she made beer. I reached out to Roxana, and she sent me a book that had all the recipes and all the equipment I needed and the step-by-step guide for me to make beer. And so that's how I learned. And whenever I asked to make the Adventure Guild to the high vessel, I asked if I could sell beer in it, and that was my requirement to doing it. I wanted to do both.
Well, you're living the dream, I suppose. You got both of your requests fulfilled.
I found, since I didn't do anything to raise, since I was polite, I think she was more inclined to be polite back, and so that's been working out pretty well.
Duly noted. I need to meet with her soon, but
I haven't spoken to her recently. I've sent letters, and she signed my citizen documentation, but I haven't spoke to her, like, in person.
I know I need to meet with her regarding 2 things mainly now, but it's just a matter of finding the right time when she is around, I suppose.
Yeah, I'm sure as a princess she gets really busy.
Precisely. There was a meeting I was supposed to have with her at some point, but I got pulled into a full court gathering instead, just because that's what she had around and available. I certainly don't envy the busy schedule she must have.
Yeah. I don't really know who her court is. I know Captain Arlo. Ophelia told me that I think she's the sorceress now. I know Lady's titles, Lady Naomi's titles, Lady Naomi. So I figure she might be on the court, or at least some type of, like, castle person. But I don't know about anything else.
I'm terrible with names, but I'm going to have to learn them eventually.
That's fair. When you talk to them a lot, it kind of just comes naturally. At least that's how I found.
That's how things have worked for me. I usually need to learn someone's name at least 2 or 3 times before it becomes, I suppose, familiar with me.
Hmm.
But this is very valuable. Are these barrels for anything in particular?
No, I just thought they looked cool. Don't they?
Right. This is. Yeah.
Oh, I found that if you do have a multi-brew setup, I found having scaffolding or some type of block here is really handy. Because for one,
You're able to see them all.
yeah, when you have hands, it's easier to see them all. And for two, when you have paws, it makes it a bit easier. Though I don't suggest making beer with paws. It hurts my eyes. Because you have to constantly be hopping to like see what everything's going. So I try
Right.
not to brew beer at night.
Yes, it has its drawbacks at times.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any other valuable information to know regarding brewing or cooking?
As I mentioned, the man might come out if you don't brew very well. So you have to be careful of that. I discovered that he doesn't really hurt. I was always a little scared of him, but then I actually fought him with Captain Arlo and Lady Arena, and it wasn't that bad. He kind of sucked, but he did throw beer at me and got my clothes dirty. But
And you're sure? I don't mean to call you a liar by any means, but you're sure this happened? This is a thing that
he
there's
went
a beer man.
and then he like spunnied and he floated over here and he threw mugs of beer at me and Captain Arlo shrieking blasted him.
Right. I'm sure I'll learn it on my own time, or get to see it with my own 2 eyes at some
I
point.
suggest making a note saying if you find this, the beer man got me. I had Lady Rowena and Captain Arlo make one, and then I gave one to Zach too whenever he came in to make beer. Good to have.
Yeah.
As for cooking, I don't think there's any specific like overall arching thing with cooking. It's helpful to have a lot of ingredients. If we go back upstairs, there's a lot of utensils you can use to cook. So over in this left, like the roaster, can be used to make this like really tasty rabbit thing. And that's what I use for the most part besides the stuff that's already on the stove. There's the kettle for tea making. I don't really know how to make tea though. And then the cooking cauldron is also needed for certain type of foods. I don't remember at the top of my head, but I've had to use it before.
Quite a lot here. I suppose it just accrues over time, yeah?
As you like are trying to make something and your utensil isn't just flipping it right or it's not boiling to the right temperature, you have to try out other pots to kind of see. Because cooking is like a science type thing or something like that. And so it helps to test and test and test and see what works and what doesn't. Oh, there's also a mixing bowl that is used in a lot of recipes. You put the ingredients in it and you mix it.
I believe Amelia had one of these for baking as well, so. Yes, I believe so. So.
I think that's the main stuff I use, unless there's another specific dish you want to make. I have a recipe book I carry on me, but I haven't really kept it updated. Yes, there's two pages. I have tomato soup. It's 2 tomatoes and 1 bottle of wine of choice. You mash the tomatoes to a smooth consistency, combine all ingredients in a cooking pot over heat, stir occasionally while the ingredients meld to a good temp and mixture. And I like that tomato soup. It makes me not floaty, but if I jump off a roof, I glide down. And then there's squid ink pasta. It's fish, tomato, squid ink, and pasta. And pasta you can make by putting like a wheat dough into I actually think the mincer, like the mashed potatoes, you stuff it in there and it comes out as noodles.
So something like following. Sorry, akin to how Amelia would make her breads and then just shred that.
Well, you don't want it to be bread yet. It'll be like a ball of dough that you can meld with your paws.
Right. The bread before it hits the.
So it's like wheat and water, or you can do wheat and egg. Or if you want to be fancy, you can do flour, yeast, and water in a mixing bowl. But that's a whole lot of steps for food that I think is going to taste the same either way.
Certainly. Already, I think it's going to certainly be half the experience trying to cook these things in the first place, and the other half of it's going to be actually tasting them.
Yeah, taste test and make sure it tastes good is a good step along the way. Because if you don't taste test, what if it tastes bad? And then you serve it to somebody and they think you're a bad cook? Or what if they think you cooked it really bad on purpose and are doing it to get a reaction out of them?
They wouldn't be wrong on the prior that I'm just going to be a bad cook. I don't.
But if you're hosting, you don't want to. You want it to be good for your guests, likely.
Right. Some people, I suppose, would also just appreciate the gesture. But I understand, yes, I would want to make it taste good.
Yeah, that is a rundown on cooking.
I appreciate it. Like I said, if I can get some batches of the beer going, I will, in bulk, then I will stop by and drop it off.
Okay, I'll have to taste them first and make sure they're to the guild quality. And if not, I'll probably give them back. Anything that isn't of quality, I end up, like, that I make, I give away if it's not of quality when I make it.
Right. I won't particularly have any use for it, so anything that you would wish to do with it, then you may go ahead. But
okay.
Thank you very much.
Yep.
You have a good night.
You too. What a type of event in you guild. Do I still have the apple wine on me? Or apple juice? Put some potato salad in there. That goes in there. You got here quick.
Hello. I do.
Hello.
I get.
Oh, it looks very
Yeah.
nice.
Thank you. I worked very. A whole 5 minutes.
Oh, yes. I was about to send mail to Lady Arena because she restocked the wine here. Well, I just restocked it yesterday after she mailed it to me, and it's sold out again. So I have to tell her that it's sold out again.
I see. People buy things very quickly.
I think every time I come downstairs, it's sold out.
Oh, man.
Which is fair. I think it tastes really good, so I understand it.
Drinking it all?
No! I've only actually bought it once because I was curious and it tasted good, but I know it's a high seller, so I try not to buy it. When I buy wine from here, I buy from that stall because they don't sell as well.
I see.
And if I want wine, actually, when I buy those, I actually normally just use them to cook. And then I have wine that I bought from her winery when I visited that is in my shulker box to drink.
Ooh, well, congratulations.
I drink all the wine that was in here.
More.
Oh, I have Graves Clark wine, and I have some Graves Noor wine. I have some glowy wine somewhere too. It makes me shiny. Very good wine.
Well, the Nether branch.
The Nether Guild branch has officially opened. To take quests there, I have to be there for the first time, so there is documents you have to read and sign. But I was actually planning to head over there in a moment if you did want to get it out of the way.
I don't know what I would really do in the Nether since we all need escorts as well.
That's very fair. That's very fair. It just kind of gives a more variety of quests for people. And then if adventurers have Nether friends, and then there's also Netherian adventurers themselves who, because water hurts them, so it's probably safer for them to adventure in the Nether anyways.
I was potentially reaching out to make one in the end, actually.
Jenner Alma also brought up the idea to see if I was interested, and I said I wouldn't really think about it until I got the Nether one open. But the Nether one is officially open now, so I guess I can start thinking about it.
Well, I think we're gonna have a meeting soon with the court, so I just wanted to bring the idea by the...
I will say my requirement regarding it, it's the same requirement I had stated to High Lady Laurentia, is if I have a guild in the kingdom, I am going to be visiting the kingdom almost daily, checking the board, and so I would ask that the toll is waived for me. And in the Nether, I actually even got my escort waived as long as it was only like for guild stuff.
I see. Well, luckily for you, I'm trying to bring that up as well.
Yes, that would be my main thing, just because it would be A, hurt on my pockets to pay the toll every time I go in to submit or to check on quest, and B, if I had to like kind of wait for someone to be available to escort me to go to the board, especially if I'm popping in for 2 minutes and then leaving. But those are the two things. And then I would also like be willing to sign a full contract and everything, because I have a contract in place with both the High Vessel and the High Lady for the guilds in their realms that acknowledge that I know the laws, and I won't break them, and I won't encourage adventurers to break them. Oh, and this is also probably something that would be somewhat reassuring, is for the Nether Guild, I mentioned that to take quests there, they have to meet with me first and read stuff. The reading is I require them to read the Netherian law book, and then I have a book on the dangers of the Nether, like mob and biome wise.
And they have to read aloud all 92 pages of
They don't know. It's just that they acknowledge that they know the laws. They don't have to read it. They can just sign, because I make them sign my papers saying that they did read it. So if they do do something, they can't come back and say, "Well, I did it for this quest," because they shouldn't have done it. Or use me as an excuse. But yeah, and then it just kind of goes over if like they're out adventuring in the Nether and they collect things, it has like the collection tax restated, so they are aware of it.
So would they have to collect more to then meet the quota?
No,
Okay.
no. For quest items themselves, if it's like collect a stack of so and so, you just collect the stack of so and so and it's fine. But if they were just
See.
collect the stack and then collect like quartz or like other stuff on top of it, there would be tax on the excess.
I see.
So if they're taking it home, there'd be tax on what they're taking home.
I see, I see. Well, anyway, I should get out of your hair. Thank you again. I hope to see you there if you're planning to come.
I really like festivals. I like balls, but they're a little too stuffy for the dancing. So I like festivals because I like dancing at festivals because it's more free.
Yes.
Yes, I probably will go. I probably will go. As long, well, what was the date on there? May 4th. Yes, I should be able to go then. I'm planning to visit my pat grounds in the warmer months, but I think it'll be after the festival.
That's good. Well,
but yeah.
I'm gonna go quickly check the board, see if there's anything, and then.
I need to restock it. I just had impromptu cooking lessons. Let me
Oh,
send this
no.
letter and I'll restock the board.
Yep. Okay.
Let's see. 5D, 4F, 5C.
Everything.
Yeah, I'll be right back downstairs.
Okay.
Let's see. 4D. Three, four. Was it 5D? I already forgot. Da-da-dang. Okay, partially restocked.
Good. Frankly, I have no clue where I'm at. Tracked. Given all the other things that I've put in as well.
Yeah,
Did you like the... Did you happen to banner?
I haven't looked at the banner, actually. I saw it was in there, but I was doing lots and lots of stuff.
Yes.
Oh, it is a pretty banner. This is the
know,
one I
tried
have on that one. And then I had another person submit a banner, too.
I see. That's quite rare. Oh, just realized that I won't be able to see it.
Well, I have pause right
My
now,
eyes
and so
don't
I
work.
can't wield it.
Well, I believe it looks very nice.
You just have to pretend.
I don't know. Maybe you can somewhere.
Let me see. I know I've written down some quests that you completed. But yeah, you completed a lot of quests. I need to update your record still.
Yeah.
You've done 1, 2, 3. That's 3F, 1, 2D, and 2C. That I have written down here.
Yeah.
I actually have them written down. Okay, I already
You
wrote
mean
down the ones that you did
that
in
note?
here.
Okay.
I can go grab your book and tell you updated thing then, since I already have this partially written.
That'd be
Um, I have
Sorry.
hands.
Yes.
Um, let's see. So glow, ink. Sorry, I have it in 2 separate books.
Oh no.
Brown mushrooms, pumpkin, or brown mushrooms. Name tag, Enderman.
I take quest off the rank up thing, so I'm like, oh, look where I'm at.
So obviously you still need your 3 B rank quests.
Yes.
I only have B ranks in the Nether at the moment. I haven't written anything for this board yet because I've been busy with the Nether Guild. Besides that, you need to take 3 more D rank quests, and you need 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 2 more C ranks.
I see. Oh, I should probably try to get those done eventually.
And actually, while you're here, let me give you the payment for these,
Okay.
just so I don't have to deal with mailing it. Oh, you know, you also did the skeleton hunt quest. Hang on, let me...
Oh, yes. Oh, more brown mushrooms.
Okay, so you
That
need
was a fun one.
you need 2 D ranks.
Okay.
Or I might just mail you the money because I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like 7 quests I need to pay you for, and so I need to add that all up.
Okay. That's fine. We all got time. Oh boy, is it like 8 more stacks of sand again? Oh, it is 8 more stacks of sand. You know what?
Let's see, 8,
There's a lot of slimes
16,
in the end.
24, 24, 36.
Oh, and I can do that one too. Okay. Easy peasy. I'm gonna resolve these D quests.
Okay.
Catch up to all of you guys.
36, 30. You're actually a little ahead, aren't you? You have taken the promotion quest.
Yeah. Well, I need to catch up to the 3 of you.
You might be getting close now. I'll try to have the top 3 updated within the next 2 days.
Okay.
Hmm. 46. Okay, I lied. I have it calculated. Here's 46 emeralds.
My goodness, thank you.
That's for the name tag, Enderman, skeleton, glow ink, brown mushroom, and zombie hunt.
Okay, that should be that.
Uh,
Square those away.
set as lanterns.
Then a whole bunch of C's that I don't really know the locations of, because you get a lot of locations.
Fiori, I sent mail to you recently regarding the bakery you and Legend Island intend to open. Would you be free to meet? I used Fiori instead of Fifi because I figured that if I'm like introducing myself as the master of coin, I should probably try to be a little bit more formal and use my name and not my nickname because Fifi's just a nickname and not my name, and I'd rather choose my name. Nether Master of Coin Fiori Zara. It's the same way when I sign off my guild documents. I say Guild Master Fiori and not Guild Master Fifi. I sign Fifi on personal letters, not work letters. Hopefully she responds. Okay, just to go over what I need to talk to her about, or talk to them about, was asked by the High Lady to sort out their permits and paperwork. So I need to get their business proposal filled out. Your location, I think they have one already. Final walkthrough. I remember correctly, you had already started construction, correct? It was mentioned to me you already started construction. Could you meet me at Zarth and show me you building? Okay. Formal. This is, do I look okay? This is official business. Official, I should eat before I go. Official business. Official business. Official business. You're correct, and yes, of course. Okay. I've got this. I can do this. I do guild work all the time. I can do master coin work. I just haven't actually had a conversation with this lady before, and I hope I don't offend her. Hello.
Hello.
We haven't been properly introduced, but I am Fiori Zara, as recently appointed as Master of Coin, but most people just call me Fifi.
It's a pleasure to meet you. Catherine Pinkerton, Lady Catherine Pinkerton, but nonetheless, Catherine.
Nice to meet you, Lady Catherine.
So nice to meet you.
Whenever the High Lady appointed me, she asked if I could get like the paperwork for the bakery sorted. So I just wanted to talk to you about that, and then if you could show me where the building was, because I know part of it is technically giving you technically, according to the book, I was supposed to give you a permit and then the building. So we're kind of doing it out of order. But if you can show me to the building, so I can have that part of it checked off the
Oopsie.
list.
Sorry?
So if you can show me to the buildings, we get that part checked off the list.
Oh, yes, yes, of course. This way. It's actually right here.
Ooh, it looks very nice.
Thank you. Yeah, it's been a work in progress.
I think it's coming along very nicely.
Thank you.
Let's see. Oh, that is not the right book. I know that your business type is a bakery, but have you both decided on a name for it? Oh. Oh, sorry, I'm walking through the garden. Oh. Awesome, awesome. Have you guys sorted out your menu for it at all? Or are you guys still, like, focusing on the building and then gonna work on the menu? I don't believe I can hear your voice. Hello?
Oh, are you not able to hear me?
No, I can hear you now. I couldn't hear you before.
Oh, my bad. We're still working on the menu, but we did do a taste test, and it's a work in progress, but no menu yet.
Okay, okay. Let's see. So you already did the location, so that's good. So I'm technically supposed to go over. Have you looked over the business and commerce book?
I could use a refresher.
Let's see. I actually have two. So if you want to borrow that one.
Oh, perfect.
It kind of goes over the taxation and such, and technically it goes over the business like approval process on it. In normal cases, you would craft a business proposal to bring it to the master coin, and then they'd bring it to the high lady. But in this case, the high lady was acting as the master coin previously, and like you already said, you already did taste tests and everything for it. So when you do have outline goods and services you plan to provide, which I assume is going to be baked goods, so that would be your goods. Do you have any drinks you intend to serve?
At the moment, no. I think we're sticking to anything you can bake in an oven, but we'll see. As of right now, no.
Okay. Let's see. And then we're technically counting this as your meeting with the master coin. Let's see. I needed to go over the tax section of it. So as a business owner, you must follow the trade laws that are established. So there is taxes to be paid at the end of each cycle. Which I don't remember the tax percent off the top of my head. I'd have to look into the law book to see. Sorry, this is my first time acting like actually as Master Coin, so...
No, that's okay. You're doing amazing.
Where do I keep my law book? I have an absurd number of books everywhere. Not in there. Found it. And I just want to figure out what the tax is for it so I can tell you. So, okay, all businesses in the kingdom pay a 10% tax on emeralds. So, when the business is officially open and you are making sales, You would just have to track what your sales are and how much you're earning, and then at the end of each cycle would send to the master coin mailbox or deliver it to me the 10% tax of that, and that will go to the crown treasury. So that's just something
Sounds
to keep
about
in
right.
mind.
Mhm.
Part everybody in the business is keeping detailed logs, so you'd have to keep track of your sales and how much you're earning. If you do any purchases for ingredients from like other realms or other people, I would suggest tracking those to keep your records, because they're the record keeping. I would hope I wouldn't have to go through and check all the records of all the businesses. I imagine the business should run fine without me having to check them. But it's just good to have just in case. And if you ever need help organizing records, I don't mind helping. I run the
Oh,
Adventure
perfect.
Guild, so I do a lot of record keeping. So I'm definitely used to doing it.
A professional.
I do it too often. Without Lieutenant Lila here, I don't want to hold you too long. So if you wouldn't mind, in that commerce book, it does mention the proposal section, and that pretty much has I already know your type of business is bakery. Your goods are going to be baked goods. Benefits, I imagine, would just be like providing baked goods and sweets to the kingdom. Let's see. And then we went over the records and the taxes. You already have a location secure. Okay, so what is left is I'll probably kind of just note down. Like I said, the High Lady technically has already approved it, I believe. So I would just need to give her the business permit for her to look over and sign. Once I have this written up, I will mail it to you. And if you wouldn't mind mailing it back to the Master Coin mailbox, and then I will then forward it to the High Lady for her to sign. I know it's very roundabout. But once it is signed, I will make a copy and send it to you, and that will make it, because you need to have the permit in the building. So should I, or I believe the Knight Captain, ever stop by, it's just on hand if needed. And then at that point, once you have the permit, before you officially open your doors, there is the final walkthrough, is that what it's called, and I'll just have to come by and try some of your foods and just make sure the building is structurally sound. I would have to go ask somebody how to know if a building is structurally sound, because I'm not a builder. But I'm sure I could figure it out.
I believe in you. I think you would do quite well.
I try. But yes, I will send you the mail with the business permit for you to sign and for you to send back. But yes, sorry. This is kind of, sorry for taking up time. It was kind of like a formality thing, because I knew the High Lady was already aware of the business. And I believe I already gave her blessing, for it. So it was just a matter of doing the technical steps and just to help me get used to the master coin stuff.
I appreciate it. It's very official, and doing it on my own feels really nice, and with Lila, so yeah, it feels good. I really appreciate your time and everything you've done. You've been amazing as Master of Coin. You're going to be a natural.
I'm trying.
Thank you. This was very informative.
Yes, actually, you can keep that commerce book, because I do have another one that I keep in the box anyway, and I think I have another in the office. I don't really know why I have so many. But yep, that just kind of has the formal business things, and then I would just suggest looking over the business section of the law book. It's honestly right at the very beginning, and that just mentions the tax stuff again. But yes, I really look forward to when you guys do open. I look forward to trying snacks. I'm always at the guild, and so it's gonna be nice to be able to get sweet goods when I'm here too.
Yes, of course. I'm excited to have you.
And this is unrelated to this, but do you know what that building is? This is the first time I'm seeing it.
Oh, that one?
Mm-hmm.
I've seen it once. I'm not actually quite sure. I believe there are a bunch of plants and such in there, like a greenhouse. I don't know who owns it, but it kind of just popped up out of nowhere, and
Yeah, I feel like I was here maybe last week and the paths were all new, and then I just haven't been over here since, and there is a very tall building in there, and it makes me think of the fact that it took me like a week to build the guild building, and it is a quarter of the size.
I know, it's so massive, and yeah, I feel the same. The bakery's been taking a little while, and yeah, but it's a new developing area, and hopefully there's more buildings to come. Well, I guess we'll see, though.
And it looks very lovely. I think you're doing a wonderful job. And if you ever need materials or such that you don't have access to, you can always come to the guild and ask, and we could set something up because I like adventuring.
Thank you. Aw, you're perfect for the role.
But yes, I don't want to hold up any of your time. Thank you for meeting with me. Yes. Bye.
Thank you so much. I'll see you.
Fortress.